Hey everyone, welcome to what I'm prepping today. It's just planting more ginseng in the woods, and this section here from this walnut tree over to that apple tree, up to this maple tree, and then that's a walnut, that's an apple. Now the apples are old and pretty decrepit, so they'll be coming out. And what I did here was I started my pawpaw patch here. These pawpaw were probably, I don't know, less than a foot high when I put them in. And they're doing really well. No flowers yet, but this one over here, let me get over here without falling. Now this one over here actually has a little shoot coming up from the root. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I just can't wait to harvest some pawpaw. So what else I'm doing is this summer my son and husband put a lot of grass clippings in here so that I wouldn't have to weed this entire area. And it killed a lot of the weeds, which is good. So since I decided to plant ginseng and I have so much seed, I'm putting it in different places. Now, the other place I planted, it's on one of my other videos. I think I overplanted the seed because you're supposed to have maybe up to 5 to 8 seed a square foot because of the 70% germination rate. So maybe I kind of underplanted in this area. What I'm doing is pulling back the grass clippings, and I just kind of rimmed all around where the ginseng will go. Now ginseng the seeds won't germinate through all those grass clippings because they mat down so much. So what I did is I went and took maple leaves from one of the other areas because maple leaves will break down very nicely. I blew them into a pile and then I just put them in this bucket here, and then I'm putting the grass clippings kind of between them. It kind of looks overly cultivated, but you know what it is, it's cultivated. So what can I say? And then I've got a lot of the stuff that I pulled out, the weeds and stuff here, and a lot of people, it really, I laugh because I see people putting this in the bag for the garbage man to take, and that's great if it's going to a recycling center, but but then again, we have the space. We generally just toss it somewhere and either let it biodegrade into a pile, or we just leave it lay like this, and then we'll come mulch it up with the mower, and you'll never even know in a week or two that it was here. But like I said, we've got a lot of space to be able to do that, so we're lucky there. And that's one of those old time big wheels. Pretty cool. So that's about it. This is the area I've worked on today. It's taken me probably 3 or 4 hours because then I have to walk all the way down our lower road to get the leaves, and my battery died on the blower, but that's okay. I blew them all into the side, so then I'll rake them up and then I'll put them back in my barrel-y bucket thing there. And so what I did with the ginseng is everywhere I planted 2 seeds, I put a stick. And so I don't know, maybe some animal will come and pull out my sticks or eat my seeds, but I don't know, this will just be so that in the spring I can hopefully see things coming up, and I'm nowhere near done. Put some in there, put some in there, but I'm about ready to call it quits for this evening. When you plant your ginseng, you want to scrape everything back, and an ideal place would be a place in the woods that looks like that, with a canopy where you're going to get 70% shade, and you just scrape that back and then make a little hole, or just put the seed, make sure it's in contact with the dirt, and then cover it with a 1/2 inch of dirt or less, and then put your leaves back into place. And that's it. That's what they need by the spring, these leaves, because they're maple and walnut, they break down. Now, oak doesn't break down as easily, so you would have pretty much a matted mess like you would if you left the grass clippings just sit there. And I scraped mine to the side so that nothing will grow here, and I'll have a a buffer area so that when my son cuts the grass, he'll just cut along there, and then I can come by occasionally and just pull weeds. But I guess that's about it. That's what I'm prepping today. And oh, let me show you my clippers. These are by far the favorite clippers I've ever used. They're ratcheting pruners, and they're Fiskars, and they're pretty pricey. I think they're $30 at Home Depot. I don't even think Lowe's has these anymore, but just like I do with everything, I put a little nail polish A on there. But yeah, that's it. So tell me what your fall garden is looking like and what you're doing, and if you're not gardening, what else you're prepping today.